Anyway, hello there! We are now beginning our tournament, which is Master Swan Open number 90. I am Kuro, and I'm not the usual caster on CranKy Ducklings, but here I am. As I try to figure out if everything is working. We are on the right scene, so we're already making progress from the right broadcast. And in the top right corner of Dynasty, we have the first of our players, which is representing GDA team, SooThSayeR. And on the other side of the map, we have our blue Protoss player this time. It is representing Team Void and Poland, Kacpeross. For those who were not here before, Kacpeross has already won 2 Master Swan Opens, I believe. And one of them as Protoss, one of them as Zerg. So he can play both quite efficiently. But we'll see what he does today. He chose Protoss to be his race for today, although he can switch it up because we do allow switching races like per series. So chat, let me know if I sound alright, because again, I am streaming from light setup, so I don't know how I sound. I hope I sound good. But we are live, and the stream is on, and what do we have? We have the hatchery, we have the spawning pool, we have gas being mined, so I guess we will be going for that speed as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Kacpeross just chilling with the probe, making sure that nothing weird is going on, getting his own expansion before the Cybercore, I believe. Now again, for those who don't know, this is Master Swan Open, which is our amateur tournament for players up to 4.7k MMR. And we organize it monthly, which means the next edition will be in May if you are looking forward to sign up to one of these. And we have the first tech choice. We have Stargate coming from Kacpeross. I want to say last time Kacpeross played Protoss, he played a lot of Oracles quite decently. That's what I remember. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he went Oracles. The probe goes down, but it gives enough scouting for Kacpeross, so he got the information that he wanted to have at the beginning. The gas mining has completely stopped. And we are taking the gold straight up. That is a little thing about Dynasty, that you have that pocket gold base. It's not the safest base because, you know, if anything is on the other side of the minerals, it can get pretty bad pretty quickly, but for the time being it looks like neither of the players is doing too much harassment. The first adepts are moving across the map. In fact, it's only a single one actually. The queens are ready, preparing the cryptomores, so they should be able to fend this off quite easy. The oracle is about to be done, but it's not out yet. Thank you, chat. The first oracle is going across the map, and it should be scouting the gold base. Yeah, it's going right there to make sure that the gold base is there, and it is in fact going down, and the queens are in place as well to fend it off, so there will be no damage done to SooThSayeR, but Kacpeross gets some very critical information there. We have a Zerg on 3 bases, one of them a gold, so the economy will definitely spike up, and it will spike up quickly. Meanwhile, Kacpeross is taking his own gold as well, so he will also be on 3 bases, which is quite interesting. Not a lot of gas mining yet, but still. The Oracle's actually switching places, so the one that was in earlier is gonna take a bit of a rest, and the second one will try to get in, but in the end Kacpeross decides to join them together. And we are having a Roach Warren from SooThSayeR, so Roaches are on the way, but so is the Robo from Kacpeross and Blink as well, so we'll see how that goes, because I assume that Immortals will be coming from the Robo quite soon, so they should be able to help with any potential roach attacks. So. Oh, it's so. Oh, it's SooThSayeR. Okay, I see. I mean, yeah, he is Zerg, so that checks out. We have 3 Oracles total still flying around. Not getting any damage, but getting a lot of information, which is definitely very nice. Kacpeross can be sure what is coming. There is no great attack yet, and we do see Hydra then on the way, so... Are we going Roach Hydra, or is that just a transition to Lurkers? Meanwhile, on the side of Kacpeross, we do have these Immortals coming up. We have a Robotics Bay on the way as well, so... I guess these Raptors would be a good choice. I don't know how Colossus do versus Roaches. I don't think they all look great against that, but at the same time we don't see a lot of Roaches coming out, so maybe that will be the right choice. And it is in fact Colossi coming from Kacpeross together with Twilight Templar Archives. Which I guess it will be good for Kacpeross because we have those Hydras on the way. We are not making any more Roaches, so the Roaches were just, you know, to make sure we're not getting attacked early, but it looks like the main army will be Hydras and Lurkers, so... That is coming out for SooThSayeR, but that's also nice for Kacpeross because again, that Colossi should be able to deal with the Hydras, depending on the position, of course. Like, you know, with the right numbers you can take the Colossi, but Hydras also burn very easily. Ooh, these 2 High Templars actually were forced to merge into the Archon because of the Link run by. Very nicely done there for the SooThSayeR. Good chance that he got there. Again, I'm not on my own setup, so I literally don't know what button does which. Oh, we have Storm currently on the way for Kacpeross. So that will also definitely be nice with the Hydras. What about the Lurkers though? Yeah, do we have any observers on the map? We do not have a single observer. We do have robots and a second one on the way as well, but we don't have any observers and they're not in production either, so I guess we will be relying on oracles to make sure that those lurkers are tagged, but oh, can we do it? They're flying straight into the Hydras. One of them gets focused, the other one as well, and the third one is quite low on health, so that single oracle that's already taken a lot of damage is the only form of detection that Kacpeross currently has, so he has to be very careful about his lurkers. Of course he does have Storm, so he can just use AoE, but it's still a bit tricky. The blink is researched, if that's what we mean. Ooh, and then we see the armies engaged and Kacpeross is running straight into the army, taking a few losses, not too many, but yeah, just army positioning against each other. SooThSayeR was trying to break apart this wall, but had to decide against it. At the same time, the Zealot roundby is sneaking past the army, but it was turned around just in time, and it doesn't look like it will do any damage to the side of SooThSayeR. But the main army rolls in. The lurkers are in place, and there is no detection here to deal with them. There are some High Templars and they are charging the energy, but... Oh, there you go. Nice storm on the Hydras, but only on the Hydras. The Lurkers are still standing. The Roaches are attacking from every direction. Just small flanks of units. Ooh, another nice storm on the Hydras. But there's so many of them and the Protoss army doesn't actually look that strong. We have more High Templars joining in, but they don't have a lot of energy anymore. I think there are a few storms still there, so we definitely have something, but a lot of them are out of energy. We're also working on the Vipers. Ooh, the Lurkers actually going for a run by at the gold base. That's really nice. The Oracle is here to reveal them, but there are only a few Stalkers around, so they will deal with them actually eventually, but not without some losses. At the same time, the main army is engaging. There are only 2 Lurkers there, and a lot of storms are landing straight on the army. So I guess that split didn't pay off for SooThSayeR in the end, and now we have observers on the way. We're researching observer speed, I believe, as well. So these observers will definitely be much more useful with the army. Engagement as the Protoss army finds a nice place here. Ooh, all the Zerg units are on the ramp and the Colossus gets pulled, but is it enough? Yes, there is enough firepower to destroy them, and with the blinding clouds, actually the Zerg is able to take over despite the position on the ramp. A lot of the High Templars are lost or being forced into Archons, but even those Archons cannot finish. There is no recall. The army is just slowly retreating, and a lot of it will be lost. Most of it, probably. And especially the expensive units. Only the Stalkers are really left. The good news for the Kacpeross is that he's not been too harassed. Like, sure, his gold base did suffer some losses, but not that many, so he definitely still has economy to rebuild all of this army. It's just that it will take time. And I don't know if he has the time. We will find out. Nice Zealot run by though, definitely useful there. There, Kacpeross uses the recall. I mean, he got the base, so that's a nice little victory for him. But now the Zerg army is coming, and does he have enough to defend? He has 1 Colossi, 1 Disruptor, a bunch of Zealots, a few High Templars, a few other units as well, but mostly like 1 of each. There's no like big bulk army. Although the Zealot number is quite high. Meanwhile, on the side of the Zerg, we have a lot of squishy units, a lot of Hydras, a lot of Zerglings, a few Lurkers, just a few of them. And we'll see how that goes. The Zealots are charging in, the Lurkers are not burrowed yet. The Disruptor shot was a little bit early, I think. Now the Lurkers are burrowed and we have to move out of here. The Vipers pulling the important units, all the robo units are going down. The last Colossus is being saved by the shield battery, but still those were quite big losses for Kacpeross. But he holds his position, and at the same time he sends another Zealot round by just 3 Zealots, but because the entire army is across the map, SooThSayeR is not able to react in time, and it looks like he will be losing another hatchery. Storms on the Zerg army. At the same time, more Zealots are being sent in straight into the main base. And what are we targeting? Are we just going for the economy? Yeah, we are going for the economy of the SooThSayeR. As he is sieging, I guess, the middle of the map, the Zealots are completely free to run. There are a few Hydras now which will help in the defense, but it was so close to destroying his own Zealots, but he does manage to do it. At the same time, more Zealots are running in. Kacpeross is doing really well on this Zealot run-bys, making sure that the Zerg army is constantly distracted. As he is finally ready to attack. Yeah, the Zerg army is distracted by the Zealots on the bottom of the map, but now it will be coming back to this spot. Can he snipe the Lurkers? Not quite, and a few more units are getting pulled, but also the Vipers are getting damaged, 2 of them going down. The storms are carpeting the army as well. Another Colossus going down to only one left in his army. We have a lot of disruptors though, and the Zerg army is quite split around. Once again, this harassment of the Zealot is distracting SooThSayeR. It looks like there are Zealots in almost every base, now together with the DTs, and the bases are getting damaged, but at the same time this Protoss army is not really that gigantic, so yeah, with the lurkers positioned in all the places on the map, Kacpeross has to be careful how he maneuvers. And again, the Zerg army gets remade much faster than the Protoss, and Protoss army is a lot of it is in the High Templars, and the Storms are really nice, don't get me wrong, but once you're out of Storms, those High Templars won't be all that much useful. We are joining now with more Colossi. A few more Warpins. And the Zerg army is mostly Roaches now, so definitely the Storms are not as effective against them. The Zealots will definitely help though. Vipers once again falling into the Colossus. The Colossus does go down as well as the second one. The Disruptor shot will damage the Lurker but not even take it down. Yeah, nice movement there from SooThSayeR. He saves all of the Lurkers there. And every time they engage, he takes down all of those Robo units, which take the most time to remake. At the same time though, Kacpeross taking another base, basically taking the entire half of the map. And he non-stop keeps like going with the harassment with the run-bys, while at the same time making sure that he's pressing on the main army of the SooThSayeR. The Lurkers are not borrowed, they actually get a bit stuck on the ramp, and one or two of them will be going down, but not a few of them are still alive, and the Protoss army is pressuring on. Oh, that's a nice block from the SooThSayeR. Oh, because that's exactly what happens once you mine out those minerals, that base is open. Ooh, nice storms there on the entire army, but is that enough? I mean, good feedbacks. The Vipers are all out of energy, so no more pools coming there. And little by little, it looks like Kacpeross is gaining ground. He's getting down those bases. He's making sure the run-bys are getting damaged, and now with all those feedbacks on the Vipers, it takes more time for them to refill. Another update on the Colossi, but will be going down just barely. Even despite the storm, it was not safe. More feedbacks are going down as well. The Disruptor shot unfortunately didn't detonate. But again, Kacpeross went in, he took down the base, he took down a bit of the army as well. He actually got 2 hatcheries in the past few minutes, so nice damage done to the Zerg. The thing is that all of those fights come quite costly with the Robo units, and he is remaking a lot of them. He has 2 Robos, so he is able to remake them, but it takes time for them to even join the front. Nice Disruptor shot on the Hydras, and then a Storm on top of that as well. Actually, this army is mostly Hydras now. The Roaches are gone and the Hydras are very squishy. To walk them into Storm, they fall quite quickly. The Colossus are pulled down, but there's no army to deal with them. And GG is called. Kacpeross will be taking game number 1. So yeah, so nicely played there by Kacpeross. I feel like really the highlight of the game was all the run-bys that he did. They effectively pulled the attention of his opponent, and he was able to get small advantages here and there. Not without a cost. Again, he was losing a lot of Colossi throughout the game, but in the end it did work well for him. I should probably fix this. There we go. Again, as a reminder, last tournament, Kacpeross actually played Zerg. So don't forget to hydrate your hydras. Okay, looks like our players decided to play the second game on the EU server. So let's quickly move to EU. Everybody in the chat, give your energy to the servers to make sure that we can connect to EU. Because we are currently in Australia. So that's quite far away. We're just setting up the lobby, making sure that everybody is in the correct slots, playing the correct pace. And soon enough we will be ready for another ZVP or PVZ. As you are hearing the beeps, we are now loading into our next map. The second map of this best of 3 series is Golden Aura. And as we're loading in, we have the first of our players in the bottom right corner. As I quickly change the scores. There you go, it is our red Zerg player representing GDA team. It is the SooThSayeR. And on the other... I have my different hotkeys. And on the other side of the map we have the blue Protoss player representing Poland and Team Void. It is Kacpeross. Now we have the confirmation again that Kacpeross is on Team Void because he does have the contact on the EU server. And again, no cheeses from either side. We're having just regular openings, hatch first even, on the side of the Zerg. We'll just see where they go. I wonder if they will change their playstyle or if we will see more of the same thing, because that was a big thing of the previous series I casted of Kacpeross. I believe it was in SDO actually, where Kacpeross did play Zerg and he played versus a Terran, and both players did exactly the same build every game, like with minor tweaks. Like there were some changes in like timings on the buildings and stuff, but the general idea was basically the same from both players, and you know, basically each time they were checking who can do it better. So I wonder if it's the same in a different matchup, or if maybe either of the players wants to switch things up a little bit. But for the time being, it looks more or less the same. Just macro openings. I assume Kacpeross will go into his Stargate and the Oracles. we'll see where we go from there. As always, the probe is going around the base, checking out, making sure everything is in order. And again, as I said, we do have that Stargate from Kacpeross, so I assume the oracles will be on the way. The probe is not able to escape as the Zerglings do hunt it down, but other than that, there is no aggression coming from SooThSayeR, just taking his third base, you know, building up his economy. And we do have the Oracle on the way, queued straight for the bases of SooThSayeR. SooThSayeR does make queens, like he does not skip on them, so he should be able to defend that. I don't think he's forced quite yet. I mean, he still has some time to make some, but it would be nice to have them soon. Also interesting. He was using the skin with the thing on the back, you know? The thing with the thing. You know. We have a quick third base from the Protoss. Not afraid of any harassment. The first adept is coming in, just checking what's happening in the base. No aggressive movements right now, but the oracles are soon to be coming in. The first one is ready, the second one is in production. We do have Zerglings from SooThSayeR, so Kacpeross has to be careful about that first base. There is currently nothing to defend it, but he did notice the Zerglings with the oracle. Run in, there's only one adept and it will try its best to defend, but it's actually quite surrounded. The oracles will try to help, but the adept will be going down. The base stays intact though. Kacpeross was able to successfully defend there, while Council is coming down. Meanwhile, on the side of the Zerg we are getting more extractors as well, so it's highly likely that once again we will be going for those roaches and hydras and lurkers eventually. Blink is currently being researched from Kacpeross. Double Oracle squad coming in, but there are a lot of screens here to defend, so he does not even risk a dive, just, you know, marks the territory. That sounds so weird. He marks the army. He gets a good eye on what's going on, and, you know, gonna just chill and wait for the next phase of the game. And again, if this game is gonna go similarly to the previous one, he will definitely need those oracles when the lurkers come. Oh, we are actually getting a few drones here and there, because even though we have a lot of queens, we do not have the spores. There is one here, but only one on the very edge. It is able to damage the oracles quite a bit, but they both survive and get a few drones as well. Again, we do have that Hydra coming down, so I assume we're going for the same build. We're going for the Hydras, we're going for the lurkers. We already have the Roach Warren, I believe, so maybe there will be some roaches for you know, for defensive purposes, but not a lot of them, at least not at this point. Scout for SooThSayeR is denied as the Overseer is being dealt with. Another Overlord is chilling in at the other side of the base, and looks like it may be dealt with soon as well. Something different that happens this time though, after the first game where we saw the lurkers, Kacpeross actually does make an observer earlier. Before he waited all the way until the lurkers come out, this time he gets an observer, so he will be able to deal with the lurkers better, and they are on the way indeed. The Hydras are being confirmed by that single adept, if Kacpeross saw it, of course. Oh, hello, Apop. Thanks to Apoptosis for raiding us with a Viewer count of 28. Thank you very much. This is not your standard CranKy Ducklings cast because it's actually not light casting today. We have the armies engaging, and the Zerg army is nothing to mess with as Kacpeross only has Stalkers. I mean, with Great Blink Micro you can definitely fight it easy, but you know, you have to be a bit careful, and these oracles will definitely be useful for later. Yes, Shema in the chat. Ah, Polish people are here. I mean, they were already here because Kacpeross is playing. And we had a few Polish people in the chat as well. First Colossus coming in. SooThSayeR at the same time is progressing to Hive, so I assume the Vipers will be coming out. It looks like in regards to compositions, as I said, we will be getting a bit of a repeat of game 1, but we'll see how it works this time, because again... Nobody saw that. It's okay. Nobody say anything. Nothing happened. Yeah, this time again we have some small changes like the early observers, but compositions are quite similar. Although SooThSayeR has this fifth base quite much sooner than Kacpeross, because Kacpeross likes to expand it. Ooh! All the oracles flying straight through the hiders. There's not a single oracle that has survived. Wait, the observer died as well. It's not in the unit sub. We have no detection. The oracles are down, the observers are down. We have no detection. In fact, do we even have Storm? We do have Storm, so there will be at least some AoE to deal with the lurkers, but there's absolutely no detection, so we cannot see them. But this is a very dangerous position for Kacpeross. His army is right here, the Viper is waiting to snatch some of these Colossus, and he may get one, but ooh, those High Templar are in the open as well, and a few of them falling down. Only one of them actually survives. Nice storms are being thrown, but doesn't matter because most of those High Templars are down, if not all of them by now. Stasis does definitely help, but the army of Kacpeross is not that big, and those are some big losses. Kacpeross does what he did very well in the game 1 though. He does send those Zealot run-bys, and they will cause quite a havoc in the bases of SooThSayeR and take a bit of pressure off the Protostor. Witam Polish people. Yes. Yes, chat. Ooh, that's a very ambitious Nidus Worm. You know, not even on the edge, just straight in the middle of the base. And the funny part is, Kacpeross doesn't seem to be seeing it. He's focused on the main army, he's focused on the front. I mean, it makes sense. He's getting some nice feedbacks, he's dealing with some of these lurkers as well. The observers are back again. Ooh, nice storms as well, blanketing the entire army. But at the same time, yeah, I was gonna say, the thing is, like, on one hand you should deal with the Nidus because it will damage your base, but on the other hand, if he's engaging the entire army, then what is in the Nidus, right? So it looks like this time Kacpeross chose correctly and he chose to focus on the main army, so it was busy while he was able to warp in another round of Zealots and deal with that Nidus Worm. So no massive damage done on either side. But the Roach Hydra army is now coming across the map. Ooh, a nice recall there. So no damage done, but at the same time that does buy a bit of time to the Zerg. Because Kacpeross was about to engage right in the army. Look at how many High Templars he has. Like half of this army is High Templars almost. It is a third, right? Yeah, it's like a third of the army is High Templars. Interesting. SooThSayeR decides to transition with a Spire. Okay. I mean, this will be definitely something that's not quite expected. We had some Stalkers, but ooh, the Vipers! No, they go straight across the army, just like the Oracles went across the Hydras. The base is under attack, but it looks like it will be safe. It's not focused, the Nexus does not fall, and that's a nice little win for, like, a little victory for Kacpeross. He was able to deal with the Vipers, he was able to save the base, it's being recharged with the battery. SooThSayeR morphing more lurkers, but yeah, that was a big loss. Losing all of those Vipers right there, like they are key units to this army, and the envoys of Zelos, they don't stop coming. Not finding quite the damage here, but at the same time the army is distracted. The main army of the Protoss is here. The Vipers are still trying to siphon more energy, but they're not ready in time, and they're being feedback already as they're trying to get their energy. More storms are falling on the army, more feedbacks. Those are really good abilities right there. The High Templars might be badly damaged, but they definitely get their value. The Zealot once again running in. There may be lurkers there to deal with them, but even with that, they still get some damage done. So yes, playing Stalker Micro feels pretty good. When I was playing Protoss, and that was ages ago, I only made Stalkers pretty much. More Vipers going down. One good abduction, but yeah, eventually that Colossus falls down, but only one of them, and all of these Vipers are out of energy. Some really good feedback. The Lurkers though, they're definitely still scary, so Kacpeross has to be careful how he engages this. Yeah, on either side of the map, the Lurkers are keeping the army at bay, but we have a warp in straight into the main base, and those are DTs. The only spore in the base has died. The Corruptors will deal with the Warpers, but what about the DTs? The DTs are taking down the hive, and it looks like they will be able to get it. So no more Vipers coming. The base on the west has gone down as well. The Zealots are still running at different sides of the map. But those are some major losses for SooThSayeR. He's making another hive, but it will be a while before it's ready, and he does need the Vipers to engage his army. He has a few of them, but most of them don't have a lot of energy, and they're quite damaged as well. Obviously they will regenerate, so looking at how Kacpeross gives him some time to recuperate right now, they may be ready to fight soon, but still, that is quite a risky situation for the Zerg. The single DT is still hunting them dooms. They eventually deal with him, as there is an Overseer now to help the army, but still did a lot of damage. The main army tries to engage into the space, but it's well secured with the lurkers, with the static defense as well. Observers? True, we do not have a single observer. That might have went straight into the storm. We are making more, but we currently do not have any. Good eye, chat. Well spotted. Ooh, but look at those storms. Blood is getting the entire Hydra army. Again, Hydras are great units, but they are very squishy and they fall so quickly if they're stormed directly. Kacpeross even taking the gold base. He already took the top base as well, so slowly creeping closer and closer to the Zerg. Another High Templar is in the base, and even though the Overseer can spot it, I mean, drones can't really deal with it on their own. The Lurkers do a good job as a defender though, so That definitely does help. Was this an attempt of like walling off the DT? I guess it must have been, right? The observer gets sniped by the Hyras this time. Once again, there's no detection, but I don't know if the detection is needed because with all these storms, most of the army is going down. So I don't know how long SooThSayeR can make this, and that's what he did as well. GG is called. Kacpeross will be taking the series 2-0. And back to America as we go. Really nice series, nicely played by Kacpeross. So it was. I feel I think like the highlights for Kacpeross is just the control that he has, like the constant run-bys with the Zealots. Obviously, like you don't have to micro the Zealots, like you just send them in, hope for the best a lot of times, but still, like the fact that he was constantly pulling the attention of his opponent in both games, and then all those feedbacks were so beautiful on the Vipers because he identified that in the first game the Vipers really were a nuisance. They were pulling so many of his robo units, so in the second game he just got rid of the Vipers. Now we have time to look at our bracket. It's not perfect, but it will do. Anyway, with that 2-0 win, Kacpeross is moving to the semi-finals of today's tournament, and he's looking for Altair. So that will be soon underway. Meanwhile, we also have the opponent of Kacpeross. He took Hollow Ghost 2-1 in his previous series. Meanwhile, in the top side of the bracket, CureWaffles took Davelitos 2-0 and is now playing versus Kosit or Koshit. At the same time, we have Abathoor taking down Viper 2-0, and he is also now waiting in the other semi-finals. This is the time to remind you to hydrate your Hyras, stretch your roaches, and make sure that you are well prepared for our next series that's to come. Altair on our bracket is also known as Daryl in the game. Not sure which is his preferred username. But he will be playing in our semifinals. As a reminder, in our monthly tournament in MSO, the finalists get money prize. So the winner of this series will be in for the monetary prize pool. It is $10 to the winner, $5 to the runner-up. So just a little bit of prize. So this is an amateur tournament. Like this is more like a symbolic prize pool, really. But still, it's a little bit of money that you can get now and then, even though you may not be a pro player. So it's definitely worth to try. And on top of that as well, we have the $5 random raffle. What that means? That means that each of these players that participated, and I think we have no no-shows today. So basically every player that has played at least one full series is eligible for the random raffle, and they may be leaving this tournament with $5 more. It can be a person who is in the finals, it may be a person who lost in the first round. Like all players who have participated are eligible. And it's completely random who gets it. Also, it's not. Oh, I have the moment. Let me get a quick shout out to Abathoor. Hey, Pop. Oh. Oh, this. Okay. Did it work? I think it worked. Ah, apparently I'm getting some fun facts from Light that Kacpeross and Daryl have played each other recently in another amateur tournament, so this is a bit of a rematch. Not sure how that series went, but they have encountered each other before. It looks like we may be getting into a PvP. Okay, it was a best of one and Daryl won 1-0. Okay. Alright, it is time. It is time for the PvP. For those who don't know, who don't normally watch our tournaments, we have our own open tournament for all players of all levels, including the pro level, called the Sparking Tuna Cup. And lately, we have a lot of Protoss players there. Mostly because we have a lot of EU players there, and there's a lot of Protoss in the EU. But it has become Sparking Protoss Cup. And I hope MSO does not become another. Because we do have a PvP in our semi-finals. As we have now loaded into Ghost River, one of our newer maps in the map pool, and we are looking at the base of our pink Protoss player. Representing LCE, it is Daryl. And on the other side of the map we have the player from Team Void representing Poland. It is Kacpeross. It's nice being able to say I'm so good at StarCraft that I won money in it. True, you can say that. If you win an MSO, you can definitely say that. I mean, it's correct. What can I say? Because, I mean, you still have to, like, beat your competition, right? So you don't get it for free. Oh, Kacpeross, do it. Oh, can he do? No, the probe is not able to ninja away and, you know, put a sneaky pylon or something. Looks like we will be playing a more proper game after all. Or are we? Yeah, it's 2 gates, there's just 2 gates, cybercore, all the standard stuff, getting the gases saturated. So yeah, chat, it's time to play the game. On 3 to 1, everybody says what are the 2 units from each player. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we have one answer, which is Stalker Sentry. And the other one is 2 Stalkers, so if you type that in the chat, you are the winner. What's the price? Absolutely nothing. But you have dragging, right? A block in the wall. Just a little bit of annoyance from Kacpeross delaying the units from moving out if they want to. On the other side of the map the probe is being dealt with and it looks like we will be expanding. Daryl just a little bit faster with the Nexus. Kacpeross still waiting for the resources. And Kacpeross also going for the Bastard Twilight Fantasy, meanwhile Daryl opting for the Robo. The Stargates of Kacpeross are now here to harass the base. Obviously they probably won't take it down, but still, you know, just being a bit of an annoyance, keeping Daryl on his side of the map. Making sure that nothing is going unusual. Blink is on the way for Kacpeross. He's bringing more stalkers here as well. The sentry is being focused. As a reminder, after the patch, sentry does do a lot of damage. I mean, a lot. It does more damage to other Protoss units, so it's definitely a worthy addition to the Protoss army. But this was just some pressure from Kacpeross, you know, just keeping Daryl honest, as they say. But Daryl is working on an immortal, so soon those Stargates won't have much say here. At the same time, the Adepts are going across the map. They are going on a bit of a scenic route though. Definitely able to appreciate all the features of the map. Didn't type? Oh no! Chat? Oh, nice distraction there with the Phoenix, and the Adepts get straight into the base, panic in the base of Kacpeross. Probes are running away. But in the end, only 2 of them are going down, 3 in total. Despite a bit of a panic, you know, escape. It actually didn't turn out too bad. Yeah, I guess that, yeah. No Adepts this time. It looks like Stalkers are on the menu today, a lot of Stalkers. An Immortal, even though it is alone, it is still quite a threat, but with the blink done, Kacpeross can be adventurous. He decides to play it safe though and blinks away. Soon enough though, as he is queuing more and more Stalkers, he will be able to take down the Immortal with a nice focus fire, so Daryl definitely has to be careful here. And Daryl is aware of all of this. He has an observer on the other side of the map. Who can he... No, we don't snipe the Immortal. We do deal some damage to it, but only to the shield, and now we have 2 Immortals on the map. I don't think these Stalkers can break this right now. Oh, even a hallucinated Immortal to join the party. Well, both our players are deciding to take a third base, you know, work on their upgrades, work on their tech instead. We're going Glaives. So Daryl, with his Immortals, now decides to go for Glaives. It's an interesting choice. They're still sharking out for some damage, getting a Stalker here and there. The observer is still floating above the map. Seeing all the probes transferring, so Daryl is aware that there is a third base. Another attempt, getting at the third base. Oh, Daryl is able to split some of the forces, but not enough to snipe any of them, just some bad damage there. Another scout from Daryl, seeing exactly what is going on at the base of Kacpeross. And what is going on is a lot of Zealots. Zealots are currently the defense, as the Stalkers are the offense of Kacpeross, and they're trying to go around the army. I don't think they should walk straight into it though. There are 4 Immortals, and those are real Immortals, not hallucinations, so they pack quite a lot of damage to these Stalkers, so there will be no entering his base anytime soon, but I honestly thought that Kacpeross will be trying to sneak by and do a strange in the natural. But in the end, that wasn't the case. No, observer sees everything, just floating above the third base, right above the army as well. Now Daryl is ready to move out. We have 5 Immortals, a bunch of Stalkers, a bunch of Adepts, which now have Glaives. You know, we have this purely gateway army from Kacpeross, and there are no sentries even, there's no shield battery, there's only a cannon. At the same time, he is preparing a bit of a run-by. He did sneak out the pylon after all, and we have a few zealots in the natural base, but the main army of Daryl looks strong and walks straight into the third base of Kacpeross. The Glaive Adepts are dealing with most of the army, and GG is called just like that. Daryl will be taking game number 1. So some solid game from Daryl. There were no like explosive moments really, I feel like. It was more like just, you know, very solid, safe gameplay. Getting the Immortals when they're needed. Making sure that he doesn't lose track of the army. Doesn't lose track of what Kacpeross is doing, and he was just prepared. I mean, like Kacpeross, I almost want to say it's unusual for him that he just went straight for the gateway, just straight Stalkers and Zealots. Like, considering what we saw in the previous series, it felt a little not like him. But we will see what he decides to do in the second game. And we have loaded into our second map of the best of 3 series, and we are currently on Oceanborn. Looking at the first of our players in the pink. So a pink Protoss from LCE, it's Daryl. And on the other side of the map we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Void and Poland. It is Kacpeross. So chat, this time I am giving you more time. Start now. Oh, never mind. Oh, I see. Never mind, the game is over. We're not playing the gateway game because we have a forge. And the first pylon right at the ramp, very interesting location. The gateways are not up yet, or I mean, they are not on the ramp, so there's an open pathway. And 2 probes are out. I don't think Daryl has seen it yet. He has seen it now. And we have 2 probes in the main base of Daryl. He's getting a forge of his own, but honestly, yeah, he cancelled it because it was way too close. And what is he planning to do? The cannons are coming up. Daryl, you need to do something. Daryl. Ah. Okay, I see. Yeah, that is a way to get out of this situation. Sure. Just getting for a ninja base. Unfortunately though, Kacpeross has noticed that probe and he has noticed his base as well. So this won't be that easy after all. It's a matter of time before this base is full of cannons as well. And I mean, there's only one probe there, so it will be much slower. So Daryl is trying to set up some Sim City, set up the forge of his own, but the first of the cannons is already on the way. It won't be quite in range, I think, but maybe it will reach the spion. The probe is being dealt with though, so at least Daryl bought this much time, so he should be able to put the cannons of his own. But the question is, does he have the resources for it? I guess he didn't move out the workers, so having a few more probes, he should have more resources, but even then, that's very risky business. The second probe of Kacpeross is here to reinforce. Anything that's in range is being showered by the cannon. Yeah, we have two cannons of Kacpeross on the front. We have some cannons of Daryl as well. The probes are being recalled to this base, but ooh, they're being recalled straight into their death. They actually cannot mine, so whatever resources Daryl has, that's all he has. He has 6, how many? 9 minerals. He's not able to make another cannon, so these cannons have to defend his entire base. And I don't know if they can do it. He is focus firing them, but even then, Kacpeross just has more. Yeah, that was last of the defensive structure. There's one more cannon, but GG is called. Kacpeross is tying up the series 1-1 in a true Protoss fashion. That's like the most classic PvP you can get. Like tower rushes are in every game, and cannon rush is one of the most classic strategies. You know, right next to Zerg rush is the cannon rush. Now this is pod racing, yes. This is exactly what it is. Also, welcome chat. Welcome to the rare KuroCast. I'll try my best not to lose my voice too quickly. At the same time, we have other series currently going on. Still waiting for the second semi-final to be ready, but I believe the scores are about to be updated, so we will look at it right after this series. Okay, chat. I don't think we will get 2 cannon rushes in a row. I don't believe that's gonna happen. Even though, you know, if it works, why fix it? But I think we will get another solid game. So because I'm saying this, you now have the time to think what units are coming out of those gateways. I'm giving you the time to type it out, so you can make it in time before they are made. And I want to see your predictions. I think we're going back to double Stalker for Kacpeross. Meanwhile, Daryl seems like yeah, the Stalker Sentry makes a lot of sense for him because he is more of a defensive player, no more like solid. But we'll find out. And here we have it. We are on Golden Aura, and in the top left corner we have our pink Protoss player. From LCE, it is Daryl. And on the opposite side of the map, we have our blue Protoss player representing Team Void and Poland. It is Kacpeross. Now, where is this probe going? Press the wrong button. We have another forge. Okay, Kacpeross, I see. I see how it is. Kacpeross basically is one of those people who's like, you know what? That worked last game. Why should I change? And I mean, he probably is right. But I also think Daryl will be much more prepared for what's to come, especially since his probe is much earlier now. He sees the forge coming. He does see the probe getting in, and he does let it in actually, but he pulls off the line. He's more prepared, but ooh, this is a nice lock there. The second probe is being bothered though by the probe. Ooh, and actually the wall is being broken. The first cannon is going up. And Daryl is on a bit of a timer. He decides to get his core. I don't know about that. I mean, the Zealot is about to come out, so that's definitely nice, but cannon will soon be ready. Oh, yeah, we got the second probe. The first probe is completely trapped, but the cannon is ready. Now, the main thing is that Daryl is still mining. But he is mining, but he doesn't have any units. Like, he got that Zealot, and that is it. He is forced to make another gateway, because this whole production is completely offline. But once this pylon is open, the probe is back out. The second probe is here for backup, but it actually cannot get through quite yet. And the cannon rush continues. This time, Daryl does not take a ninja base. I mean, it didn't quite work for him last time. He tried his best, but in the end it wasn't enough. Instead, he's focusing on making gateways, on getting the army, but even the cyber core is now under attack. It will be falling down. Daryl is able to QA one stalker, so that will be his army, really. He's remaking that core, but again, he is on a timer. The next row of cannons is about to be ready. Stalker finishes, the shield batteries are up, but they will be going down soon. They are being focused. And with the shield batteries done, the defense will be definitely very difficult. Daryl actually lost probes in the defense, which means he has less worker than Kacpeross, so even the income isn't on his side. He is once again able to make stalkers as that cybercore did finish, but he's not able to mine. He does not have any more resources, so those 4 units that he's working on, that is his entire defense, that and the probes. The Nexus is going down. There is nothing more coming, it's just Daryl versus the cannon rush. As a reminder, Kacpeross is still mining. He still has production, he's working on shield batteries, transition. Meanwhile, the cannons are killing the last of the base of Daryl. Daryl has fought bravely, but this is it. Kacpeross, with the cannon rush, is taking this series 2-1 and advancing to the final. So definitely, Kacpeross has found the strategy that worked in the PvP. And he was able to take down Daryl, because again, in the straight up game, when they played the first game, Daryl looked really strong. So I guess the way to go was to pick a cheese. And that's what Kacpeross did, and it worked very well for him. But with that, that also means that we have finished first of our semifinals. Kacpeross is now in the finals of our tournament. Let me quickly update the score. And that also means that we are ready for our second semifinals of the day. Usually here for our tournaments we cast both semifinals as well as the final, so the other semifinal was being held for us. And this is my reminder to hydra your hydras, as well as stretch your roaches, drain your disruptors as some people say. And we'll be back to casting soon. Let me just make sure I am prepared. So as a reminder, after the semifinals, right before the finals, we will be having our random raffle. So make sure to stick around for that. And if you yourself want to play in the next edition of this tournament, it will be next month. It will be in May. So if you want to make sure you don't miss it, then follow us on our social media. We have Twitter, we have Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and most importantly, we have our own Discord server. That's usually where you can get the latest updates about everything we're doing, from our casts to our tournaments to, you know, random stuff to stuff like designs. Like often, like when we add new emotes or like new logos for tournament and stuff, that will be posted for our subscribers in the Discord. So the Discord generally is the main place to be for all things CranKy Ducklings. Oh, Espio, the pylons that shoot. We used to have pylons that shoot. That used to be a thing. Wait, was it? Was it every pylon? No, yeah, on the very beginning of the Legacy of the Void, every pylon could shoot. Sure. It looks like our players are still needing a moment to get ready, so we'll take a little break, like, you know, maybe a minute or two, so don't go anywhere, or maybe go get a drink, and we'll be soon with the second semifinals of Master Swan Open 80. Be right back. And we are back. We are back with our second semi-final of the day of Master Swan Open number 80. And we are casting two of our players on the EU server. First up, we have the blue Terran, who is, I believe, from Poland. It is CureWaffles. And on the other side of the map, we have our red Zerg player representing RP Pack. Is it Red Wolves? Maybe, I'm not sure. I will have to check which team that is exactly. But I believe he is from Romania. It is Abathoor. Abathoor, of course, playing Zerg. One of the rare cases where the name actually matches the race of the player. Because we've had a lot of, you know, SCV playing Protoss and the likes. But this time the name matches. And even CureWaffles has Cure in it, which, you know, Cure is a Terran player, so it's kind of related. So yeah, welcome to the semi-finals of Master Swan Open number 80. As a reminder, Kacpeross is waiting in the finals for the winner of this series. This is the best of 3, and whoever becomes the finalist will be in for the prize money of this tournament, of this monthly tournament. This tournament is for Masters players and below, so the top limit is 4.7k MMR. There is no bottom limit as long as you have the games played. To ensure that we don't have, you know, fresh accounts and use some small strength to get in, we have a game requirement, a minimum game requirement, which is used to determine your level. And so far so good, you know, both of our players just going for the macro. We don't have energy just coming up yet. This Reaper is dancing with the Zerglings. We have quite a lot of Zerglings actually for the beginning of the game. 6 and even 8 Zerglings. That's quite a lot for a ZVT. Usually you will see like 4 to maybe 6 at best. We also have 2 Reapers and more on the way. The Zerglings are actually now starting to fall down. These 3 Reapers is nothing to joke about. They're able to bypass the queen and they may be able to get some damage done, but with the second queen they shouldn't be able to get into the bases, but at very least they get very nice scouting done, and there's still more Reapers to come. That's a very interesting opening there from our Terran player. Just focusing fully on the Reapers. Getting 5 I believe in total. Reapers, I don't think they're taking down this base. Or maybe they will. You know what? With 5 Reapers, they're actually able to outdamage the Scatchery, and it is forced to be cancelled. The drones falls down as well. That's a rare sight for Reapers to actually destroy a building nowadays, so you know what? Really nice done for CureWaffles. And yeah, I mean, hey, he's just going for men with gun. Like, you know, he just started with different men with gun, and now he's going for proper marines, getting this team ready. Abathoor is checking for a third base, but there is no third yet. There's only this wall. Unfortunately for CureWaffles, the add-ons are on the other side of the map, so the Zerglings are able to take them down, which will definitely slow down the macro, but other than that, so far so good. Even the Overlords are not safe in the base of CureWaffles, as they are being sniped, but the Overlord did see what is going on in the base. He did see what kind of tech is going on. He didn't see all these new buildings being dropped. We have so many more barracks. How many do we have right now? We're getting to 5 barracks. Okay, so we have 5 barracks, a lot of marines, still all of our Reapers. None of our Reapers died. Right, am I correct? Yeah, none of the Reapers died. The only loss for CureWaffles so far is that add-on. Abathoor, in the meantime, expanding as much as he can, taking his 4 base, getting roaches, interestingly enough. I don't know if I agree with that, but I mean, we'll see what he can do. I'm definitely looking at CureWaffles for the aggression. He's still on 2 bases. He has that 3rd command center, which is already an orbital. And as we noticed it, he will be taking that 3rd base. But he did spend quite a lot of time with it in the main. We have a link here to confirm what's going on. Able to get right into the base. Bypasses all the walls, scouts all of his racks. Very nice scout for Abathoor, but I mean, knowing is only half the battle. Now, can he prepare for what's to come? He is going for Hydras. I assume the lurkers are coming soon as well. He's actually preparing for an attack from the south. Well, that may be the case, although the medivacs are going for more forward frontal approach. I assume there will be some creep clearing being done. That does alert the Zerg though, and the forces are ready here. Funny enough, there are absolutely no banelings from the side of Abathoor, and this Reaper Marauder squad is gonna meet with the roaches. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little confused about what composition I'm seeing. But here they are. The lurker then is now on the way, and so is the hive. So all the upgrades will be there for the new units. And with the bio army of CureWaffles, it will have a hard time dealing with lurkers, although, you know, he will also have a lot of firepower. The combat shield just finished. The upgrades are on the way as well. Abathoor taking yet another base, all the way in the bottom. So many roaches. Yeah, I don't know. We have a lot of marauders, I guess. I don't know. It always feels to me like roaches are not great against bio, but then again, they're also not great against tanks either. It all depends on numbers. But yeah, that's an interesting thought. It's all roaches, there are no ravagers, so there's no like tank sniping potential either. But the lurkers are now being morphed. Terran is sieging outside of the base of the Zerg. The lurkers are about to be ready, they're not quite there yet, but just a few more seconds, and now they are here. I'm not sure if CureWaffles has spotted them, but if he goes into the choke point, that can get bloody. It looks like the Zerg will go in first, and going off creep straight into the army Terran. The tanks are prepared here, but they will get sniped. But still, there's a lot of firepower from the bio, and both armies suffer some losses. The upgrades from the lurkers are about to be done. Ooh, but those are nice shots from the tanks. They are properly spread out, and there are no Zerglings to trap them either. That's an interesting wall of depots right there. It will not be lethal in time though, so it will not act as a wall. But the tanks are ready. And even with the SCVs being a bit exposed, there are some marauders here there as well to slow down the attack. At the same time, the Terran is defending the base. There's also a drop in the natural base of Abathoor, getting some drones. And all in all, I'm not sure who wins this engagement because, I mean, CureWaffles is losing the third base, he is losing this position. Like, sure, the Zerg cannot progress forward, but the base has to be lifted, the SCVs got hurt or had to be evacuated. And he only has 2 bases mining, and you know, with that, one of them is the main base, which does not have many minerals in the first place. Oh, but he spots this lurker morph and he may be able to snipe these eggs before they hatch, at least some of them. Fortunately, he's not quite able to do it, but he still has enough firepower to just power straight through them. The Zerglings are trying to engage, but they're not quite a match for this bio army, and the reinforcements are just too few to join in. The main army of the Zerg is not that great either, and with the tanks still being set up, they have to be careful. Ooh, this choke point is really painful, but the roaches eventually make it through. The SCVs are forced to fight, and all of them will be going down, especially with the lurkers. But, I mean, we're almost getting to the base tree situation here, except one side of the base tree is 2 lurkers, and the other side is an entire bio drop with mostly marauders. Eventually the lurkers are being dealt with some scans, meanwhile the drop is still strong, still taking down roaches. The liberators are definitely helping with the reinforcements. They do go down, but they did do their work. This bio army is so low, the medivac is absolutely out of energy, there's no heal coming down. And eventually Daryl has to move away, but CureWaffles got his damage. The natural base is gone, a lot of the workers is gone. Yeah? Yeah, as Chad is pointing out, there are no banelings. It's just the Roach Hydra army with the lurkers, with some Zerglings to support. It's also very weird to me to not see any banelings playing versus a mostly bio player, like massively bio player. But I mean, to be fair, he does have a lot of marauders, which banelings are not great against. But even then. Another army is coming in. The Smellers are still out of energy. They have not regenerated enough. But at the same time, there's not that much army here from Abathoor. There are these 2 lurkers which are definitely scary, and again, this bio army is so low, but again, the natural base gets denied. The ghosts are going down though. They do snipe some of the units, but they don't get the lurkers. Yeah, that was not a great attack there from CureWaffles, and the medivac is not safe. It has to hide in the deader zone, but I'm not even sure if that's dead air. No, it is. We checked. There is no range there. But on both sides we have patrolling hydras, so this drop is not getting out anytime soon. And finally we do have Baneling Dance with Baneling Speed. Still no banelings on the map though, I think. Yeah, we have no banelings on the map, nothing being morphed. Now the Zerg is trying to attack. And the lurkers are doing well, but there are tanks, there are ghosts, so... Ooh, you're getting some snipes on the lurkers, but I don't think that's enough. There's still a lot of them here, and with this nice position, they're also able to attack the army as it's passing by to rotate the position. But the Zerg army is retreating now, regrouping. No, making up for the losses. The Baneling Speed is only now just finished. The Vipers are on the way as well. The Scouting Marine going towards the enemy. Not able to meet the army, but he is able to get a bit of a some news, some information on the Zerg. Another drop is being set out by CureWaffles, but it will be spotted by these two overlords. Abathoor is moving part of his army up here. Still, a few drones will be falling down. The banelings are final here, and nice pickup from CureWaffles. 3 drones are falling down, which is definitely pretty nice. And you just noticed how low this Roach Warren is from the previous attack. It is slowly regenerating, but still quite an easy target. More Marines going around, but they unfortunately unload straight where the lurkers are. So it's taking a bit of damage, and it's time. It's time for Zerg to move out. Now Abathoor has the banelings, he has the lurkers prepared. There are ghosts though, so there will be snipes coming down, but they're not able to take down the lurkers in time. Tanks are zoning out the Zerg army, but the lurkers are zoning out the Terran army, so nobody really can touch the other. Vipers are going forward. CureWaffles just trying to get some vision on the Zerg army. So those moving forward, this is a bit of a suicide mission, but they do get a few lurkers, but I don't think it was worth losing all of those ghosts. To be fair, there are no overseers, you should just cloak them. But there's no time for that as the Zerg army is moving forward. The banelings are rolling right into the bio. There are no splits. There are pulls from the Vipers and the tanks will be going down, but there are only a few lurkers left. I don't know if it's enough, but maybe just barely the reinforcements are joining in. But the tanks are still standing. In the end, both armies suffered some losses. There's another drop on the other side of the map. It's currently not being dealt with as only reinforcements can join in. Banning nest goes down. That's the end of the bannings for Abathoor. But despite all these losses, I mean, he did retain his position on the map. He did take this base and is currently benefiting from it, but he does not have the army quite ready as the Terran is marching forward. Sure, he has the Zerglings, he has the Hydras, he was able to remake the units, but he does not have the Lurkers. All of them did go down. The Vipers are being EMP'd, only one of them has any energy. No, none of them has any energy. And where are the units of Abathoor? Again, Beniglas is not ready. Lurkers are still morphing. They will be ready soon. This is an interesting position where Terran can just barely reach the lurkers to deal with some of them, but oh yeah, running straight ahead may not be the greatest idea. We already have a lot of banelings, we have the Hydras as well. The tanks are being pulled, so this is a very dangerous position. CureWaffles trying to get some cute position there, trying to load the tanks on top of the ramp. But it also means that these tanks will be much more forward. They will not have the cover. And they are being pulled straight into the lurkers. The EMPs do land though, and Vipers have to move back. They do not have any more energy to help you. The last two tanks... Oh sorry, there's more, but like... 2 more tanks are being carried over, and Zerg is now going forward. The lurkers were on board for a moment. Some of them did fall down, but overall the Terran army is getting clean. Nice snipes on the baitings though, and no of the baitings connect. Now it's just Hydras with these few lurkers, but the Terran army is not that great either. This bio is so damaged, and in the end, both armies have to move back. Both armies suffered so many losses. At the same time, Zerg was able to split a little bit part of his army and move straight forward the base. All of the SCVs are going down, and so is the planetary as well. The Terran forces were not here in time. We still have some baitings on the map. We're still morphing more. And CureWaffles has rebuilt his army. He has the tanks. The army doesn't look all that mighty when considering how many lurkers are on the other side. He does find these eggs though, which is a nice little pickup. But now the lurkers are moving in. They're not burrowed yet, so they will be getting damaged, but once they are in, they will be taking down all of this bio army. The problem with lurkers though is that it takes time to reposition them. While they're dealing with the tanks, the bio army is in the main base and standing strong on the ramp, but Senna, look at this damage. Look how damaged this bio army is. A single volley from a lurker can destroy half of it. Now most of it is gone. Even the ghosts are going down. Now we have the parasitic clouds as well. Really bombs, my bad. So even the medivacs will be going down. The medivacs were always out of energy anyway, but at least they provided some support, provided some, you know, transport services. But now the Terran army looks really weak. We still have these ghosts, which can definitely help, but with all these lurkers, this will be scary. Another tank being pulled into the fire, just destroyed in the air. Didn't even land. And now the lurkers are slowly leapfrogging forward. We don't have the tanks in this army. We have some ghosts, and they may be able to get off some snipes. But only taking down 2 lurkers when we have so many. Snipes going down. But it looks like this will be the end of this defense. The army is crumbling. There are still some ghosts, but they cannot help much on their own. There's more Zeg on the bottom as well. The lurkers are destroying the bases. She is called Abathoor. Will be taking camp number 1. That was game number 1. Zerg. It's victorious. But this is a best of 3, so CureWaffles still has a chance. You know, chat, I have to say, when I saw the lurkers, they were constantly getting stuck in various places, you know, where the bio army was just running away from them. I just get reminded because I do watch Giant Grand games, and he just played a campaign. I mean, I say just. I've been catching up on some VODs, and he played a campaign where lurkers could actually move while burrowed. And shoot while moving and being burrowed. And I just had that image in front of my eyes, and it's just terrifying. The Conqueror, I am not 100% sure if they are Masters. This tournament is for Master and below, so even if you are below Masters, you can play here as well. I have to double check with Light on that, because Light is our main admin for these amateur events. Yes, we are now ready for our second game of this best of 3 semi-finals of Master Swan Open number 80. But again, as a reminder, this is a monthly tournament. We also have a second tournament called Duckling Open, which is for Diamond and below. So in case you're interested in that, make sure to check it out. Yes, we are now loaded into our second map, which is Post-Youth, LE. And we are looking at the bottom left side of the map where our blue Terran is. Representing Poland, it is CureWaffles. And on the other side of the map we have our red Zerg representing ARPAC. Again, I have to check what's the full name of the team, I am sorry. And I believe Romania. It is Abathoor. Actually, is it Abathoor? Abathoor? Look, this is where, once again, I'm not a native English speaker. And English is weird. That's my statement on the English language. So I see he's supporting the Diva decal. Okay, chat. For those in the chat who are, or even occasionally playing the game, what's your favorite decal? What are your favorite decals in the game? Or what are your favorite sprays in the game? Doesn't matter if you own them or not, but like, which ones do you like the most? It's both of our players expanding to these half-gold bases. You know, Post-Youth being that special map with half-gold naturals. So far, no, just getting our macro. We're getting the 1-1-1, I believe. I mean, I say that, but last game we did get 5 racks. So we'll see if that starport is coming soon. Meanwhile, Abathoor just getting his third base. The Reaper was not able to deny it this time. As a reminder, last game we had 5 Reapers on the beginning of the game, which was quite crazy. But this time more standard, just 1. And oh no. chat, do you see what I see? Oh no. It is mech. Let's go. Oh, I'm in pain already. As you can tell, I am a Zerg player. It looks like this game we will be making it happen from the side of CureWaffle. We'll see what kind of mech it is. We have Cyclones coming up right now. We have a blue flame as well, so definitely will be some Hellions. The Overlord is coming in now to scout, but I don't know how much we'll see. A new Cure spray, yeah, that's definitely a good one. And the Cyclones are coming out, and I think that should tell Abathoor something about what is coming, and now he sees the second factory as well. He sees the research being done. He doesn't know what research it is, but I can probably guess. Actually, now that I think about it, is Macron still a thing? Hold on, because Cycle has been through so many changes lately. I don't actually know what upgrades they have. I have to double check that. Anyway, Abathoor decides to take his 4th base, and this time he goes Banelings. Okay. So last time we had Bio and we didn't go Banelings until very late. This time we have Mech and we go Baneling. Okay, look. Look. It is light Mech. So maybe the Banelings will have, but for now the Cyclones are here and they will mess with these queens quite a lot. There are currently no other units to help. These few Zerglings won't be enough, especially with the blue flame coming up. So these queens are the entire line of defense. And the line of defense is crumbling. CureWaffle is rolling straight into the base, into the 3rd base of Abathoor. The Banelings are coming up, but I mean, they are slow and can't really get much done. Six drones are falling, not the entire mineral line, but still quite a few losses, and the mech army is still there. We also had, guess what, more factories on the way. So this mech will not be stopping anytime soon. We now have Link Bane to deal with the army. The Links are definitely a good option because they can, in good numbers, they can deal with the Cyclones, but we also have Blue Flame Hellions, which can be transferred into Hellbats now, so it's quite rough for the little squishy Zerglings out there. We also have 1 token Marine, oh, actually 2 of them there. This entire 3rd base has to be given up on. The Link Bane is getting ready, but we'll see what it can do. The Zerglings are rolling in, but the Blue Flame is absolutely destroying them. Now we have a tank as well to deal with the Banelings. Some of them will connect and they will even take down the tank. But still so much is left over. The Cyclones will eventually be cleaned up. Most of them anyway. So that's definitely nice. It's not enough to go through this wall of queens. But it did cost Abathoor quite a lot to get there. The hatchery is very low. It didn't go down, but it is very low, so if next potential attack comes soon, it will easily snipe it. They have speed upgrade. Yeah, the hurricane. Yeah, Cyclones feel like lightnings, but they are armored, as the chat says. I mean, it's true, they do feel like lightnings. I guess it's the speed maybe. The Hellions definitely are, and they are rolling with the blue flame straight into the 4th base. All the drones are here. The Zerglings will try to protect them together with the queens, and they will manage to do so, but they will also uncover the 5th base. Well, once again, we are going for the lurker then. So, you know, strap in everyone. It's mech versus lurkers. The most turtly composition. I guess it is, you know, we have mostly like cyclones and helions, so it's more mobile mech, but we also have a lot of tanks. So I assume there will be a lot of sieging from both sides. So, chat, get ready. But first we have to get there, because the lurker den is not ready yet. And all these mech armies already here. The Hydras will try to help, but they are very squishy. The Queens are being zoned out, and they don't quite have the DPS to deal with all of it. Every time this you know, mobile mech army is being overwhelmed by the Zerg, they just move back to the position with the tanks. And tanks deal with the rest. The Queens are now trying to close in, but a lot of them are falling down, and tanks are still protecting this main army. Even if this entire army force, even if all the Cyclones and Helions are down, the tanks are still here. They have nice position. The Vipers are nowhere to be seen yet. It's still too early for that. Abathoor tries to surround. He will catch some of this reinforcement, which is nice, even getting one of the tanks, and at the same time closing in on the front. But still, the tanks are doing so much damage. These Hydras are falling so quickly. The reinforcements are joining in, but we still have quite some army left over, enough to siege the space for now. But CureWaffles does not want to overstay his welcome either, so he will be moving back, he will be regrouping. He has the time to now take this small gold base as well. But so does Abathoor. While he was being pushed on the front, like the base on the side was perfectly secure. At the same time, the Zerglings getting ready for a bit of a run by. They may not get into bases, but they may catch some of the reinforcements, which will already be nice. And so they do, but at the same time, the main army finally takes down the base. But that said, the lurkers are already there. They are set in position. The new base is being harassed, which is definitely nicer for CureWaffles. But he needs his army focus. Is to make sure he doesn't like split it too much, so it doesn't get overwhelmed by the Zerg. At the same time, the Zerglings have not been dealt with. They took down a lot of the SCVs from this base, and it looks like they will take down the orbital itself. The orbital is just barely alive. It was just barely saved from burning down. Things are eventually being dealt with, and the Terran still has this wedge inside of the Zerg bases. The Helions eventually take down the hatchery at the top as well. Now we have all these lurkers, we have all these Hydras. But can we face this mech Terran army? We have so many tanks. There are barely any Cyclones left. It's mostly this Helion tank. We have a single boss here, I guess, to help with some snipes, maybe some EMPs. Well, look at all of these drones burning, the entire mineral line gone in seconds. Oh, the single tank actually intercepting some of the reinforcements. Very nicely done. At the same time, the tanks are leapfrogging towards the gold base. The lurkers are also a siege unit, but they do have less range than the tanks, so they're not quite able to contest with them. We have another collapse being prepared. The Zerglings are dealing with the reinforcement at the same time, and Hydras and Banelings are rolling in, and they will deal with a lot of the tanks on the front, but there's still an entire backline ready. So just, you know, slow and steady, leapfrogging forward, and the tanks are slowly taking the ground. The Moopies are cheering for the fallen Banshee. Don't worry about it. At the same time, we have some lurker run by straight into the bases. They will take down some SCVs, and 7 of them total does fall down, which is a definitely nice damage. But that also means that these lurkers are not in the defense. And we have Liberators sieging up. With the scans, they are able to deal with at least some of the lurkers. It's another force of Zerglings getting ready to surround his army, but with how tight of a squeeze this is, I don't think the Zerglings will be able to do much. And they do get all of the Hellions, which is definitely nice, but these tanks are still alive, they are moving backwards, they are not being repaired, and with all these lurkers burrowed in the same place, they may actually be dealt with. But not in time. There's enough firepower together with the Liberators, all of the lurkers are dealt with. We currently don't have any lurkers on the map. That was the last lurkers that Abathoor had. He is making more Hydras, but they are not here yet, and they still have to be more. Tank completely covered by the vents will definitely help with saving the Hellions. Will not fully save them, but still deals with this army. Oh, we have the Nova! Fun fact for those who don't know, if you use this skin, there is a small chance that one of your ghosts will be Nova, and we do have a Nova ghost right here. But anyway, we are going forward, fighting against the Hydras. They were not able to morph into lurkers yet, so this is just the entire line of defense, and CureWaffles will be tying up this series 1-1. Once again, GG is called. Like, there was some really nice mech play there from CureWaffles, and it was definitely very effective. And again, chat, those are not pandas, those are moopies. They are not Ewoks. Definitely. They are not Ewoks. But anyway, we are now in the third map. On the third map? On the third map. Of our best of 3 series, this is the map that will decide which of these 2 players will be going to the finals. Well, as a reminder, Kacpeross is waiting for one of them. And at the top left corner of Golden Aura LE, we have our blue Terran playing for Poland. It is CureWaffles. And on the other side of the map we have our red Zeg representing our pack. A red pack? Maybe? And Romania. It is Abathoor. This is where I put some really bad pun about how Abathoor is preparing sequences for his next strategy. I didn't do that, you were. And yes, Nova did survive. We have some interesting wall on the bottom of this natural base for CureWaffles, going for the straight 2 racks. Time to switch to Terran, I guess. I mean, yeah, if you want your own Nova in your army, you have to play Terran. I'm sorry. Which is, by the way, very unfair. Why do other races not have that? Why can't Zerg have like a, you know, like a random hunter killer, or like a random broken horn Zergling, or a devourer one? Devouring one, my bad. devouring one are Zerglings from Brood War. And like Protoss could have also some heroes, like you know, one of the adepts could be a hero. Like Protoss has a lot of heroes because of like how the campaign goes. Like you have a lot of like heroes that are using the regular units, to put it that way. Like you have some adept heroes, you have like a Void Ray hero, like a Phoenix hero. You know, you could use all of that. Once again, we are getting for a more regular game, although, just like in game 1, CureWaffles is going for the double Rax Reaper. It's not a proxy, it is all the way at home, it's for harassment. Last time he was able to get an entire third base with his Reapers and he didn't lose a single one, and we'll see how he does this time. The Reapers do survive, but it looks like thanks to how the bases are positioned, the Queens are able to get there in time and able to fend them off before any major damage is done. Of course, these Queens are getting damaged and they are getting focused. One of them is almost going down, just barely surviving. There is no transfuse yet as the Queens are still gathering energy. And with that, CureWaffles has to accept that this is all the damage he's able to do. The Reapers will be going home. Pros have different kinds of DTs. I mean, true, but they're still like regular DTs. They're not like, oh, you know, you get like all the side DTs and then there's one with blades. No, it's like, you know, kind of 50-50 which one you get. So it's similar, but it's not exactly the same.
Game paused.
Having a bit of a pause. All good. Our play is just, you know, making sure that there's no lag. Maybe somebody's at the door. Maybe a cat got on the keyboard. That has happened before. We have had the sorry cat chat before. So just, you know, just waiting for our players to make sure they're ready, make sure they're able to play at their best. As we just sit here in deafening silence of no music from the game. I didn't know Golden Aura had so much ambient noise to it. 'Cause normally it's like, you know, the music kinda overpowers it, but there's actually a lot of ambient going on.
Game resumed.
As we are now back into the game, let me quickly switch the scene. The links are running in, but this time the add-ons are tucked in a little bit better, so none of the add-ons will be falling down and the Zergis have to move back. We are once again going for the Baneling Nest. We are getting a lair as well. So this time we will actually have the tools to fight all of this bio. I say that, but also Abathoor did win the game that he played versus the bio. So, you know, what do I know? But now the Marines are moving out. And what do we have? We have Queens. We have some Zerglings. More on the way, but not many. We do not have Banelings yet. The Bane nest is only just finishing. The Banelings are morphing, but only 2 so far. The Queens are all the defense we have. And the Queens are falling so quickly. These Marines are dishing out so much damage. The Reapers are dead to help and to disrupt the formations as well. The Banelings are getting sniped. None of them connects whatsoever. As the men with gun just march forward, the drones are starting to fall, the Queens are starting to fall. There's only so few of them. There's only one, I believe, maybe 2. The drones are dying, and even the Zergling reinforcements won't be able to help. CureWaffles is marching forward. The defenses are not there yet. The army is so damaged, so it will be killed off easily, but not before taking so many drones with it. 32 already, and still more falling. So even though CureWaffles lost the entire army here, he killed so many drones, he killed so many queens, so many losses were had. And that was definitely worth it for 16 marines. Of course, Abathoor does have 4 bases, but what are the 4 bases if you cannot saturate them? CureWaffles has to make sure that he is prepared for the counter-attack, but he does have some forces ready. So, for any tech person who's watching, we have a bit of a visual glitch. Just for documenting purposes. Duke has this spatial rack that makes sparks and stuff. Not sure it makes noise, but it's very distracting when it is. Yeah, I'm not sure where it is, but yeah. We don't have it in the map pool anymore, but Solaris was the map that had these really loud crickets. Like, they were actually overpowering the music. There was another map. It was not Blackwater. But there was another map that also had that cricket thing. I'm not quite sure what generates the sound, but it can be indeed very distracting. Yeah, looks like we're back to macroing, we're getting the armies, we're getting the upgrades, the shield, the combat shield is done. The steam is done as well. We now have medivacs. On the other side of the map we have the banelings prepared. Not a lot of them, but still quite enough. For this small drop it should be all that Abathoor needs. Although they may get sniped. We'll see how the control is from both players. But we're taking a forward base, which should be, yeah, it will be quickly cancelled as the army is moving in. But CureWaffles sees all this link ban and he knows that he cannot engage this. Not with this drop. Bio living on the edge. I mean, I want to remind you that Bio literally has drags like built into their suits. Just saying. And it makes them shoot faster, because it makes sense. Another small squad just doing some creep cleaning duty. The link bane will be able to fend it off. 2 of the marines are actually being left. One of them will survive the tete-a-tete, unless... Not his best day. But the main army is now going towards the Zerg. The tanks are being sieged. The Lingbane is attacking from the top, and the entire Bio army is able to escape the Banelings, and just like that, GG is called. Abathoor does not have enough. CureWaffles will be moving on to the finals. So GG. Congrats to CureWaffles. That was a really nice game from you. Like really nice control, like good Baneling snaps, good kiting of the Zerg army. And with that he was able to take the win. But now that we have finished our series, let's take a quick look at the bracket. And now we can take a look as, again, CureWaffles took down Abathoor 2-1 and Kacpeross took Altair aka Daryl 2-1 as well. And with that we have our finalists. It will be a final between CureWaffles and Kacpeross. Our two finalists, as a reminder, they both receive a cash money prize. I like to think that the drugs make it so they aim better and shoot. I mean, look, they do shoot faster though. But anyway, yeah, we have two of our finalists, and both of those finalists will get some of that prize pool. If you want to you know, support the prize pool, this specific event, like this specific edition of the event, there is a Matcherino for Master Swan Open at matcherino/t/MasterSwan80. Other than that, if you want to support our tournaments in general, as a reminder, all of these tournaments are funded from our Patreon. So the best way to support our tournaments, the best way to make sure that they keep running, is to check out our Patreon and become a patron. You can become a patron at $1. It doesn't have to be at 20, you know, at 100. Like, just $1 a month is already a decent support, and if enough people give their $1, it's already enough for funding some prize pools. So, okay, set this up. So, you know, if you want to become a patron, feel free to check it out. Patrons of at least $5 and up will also get access to the replay packs from our events, like Sparkling Tuna Cup, but also events hosted by other organizers that allow us to share replays. So in the past, you know, we had some of the SC Boy events. We've had some of the OSC events being shared as well. So if you're interested in the replay packs, then make sure to either join on Patreon. You can also become a Twitch subscriber, or now you can also become a YouTube member. That's one of the newer subscriptions that we have available. So if you prefer to use your YouTube subscription, feel free. You can also become a YouTube member. Just make sure to join the Discord to be notified about what is going on. But as our players are setting up, it is time to begin a very special thing that we have over here. So hopefully it works. Oh, this is old. Oh, there you go. Now we're talking. So, something that, as I have mentioned before, something that we have in our tournaments, in all three of our tournaments, Ducklings Open, Master Swan Open, and Sparkling Tuna Cup, all three of those tournaments have a random participant raffle. To be eligible for the raffle, you have to play one full series, which means one best of 3, for example. There's no, like, if you have not shown for the tournament, or if you gave up, if you forfeited mid-series, you will not be eligible for the raffle. You have to play one full series. So With that, we have all our eligible players. From what I could tell, none of our players have given up. All of our players showed up and played the series, so all of them will be eligible. Which means we have a total of 9 players today, eligible for the $5. Again, the raffle is completely random. I will now randomize our list. And the winner of today's raffle is Hollow Ghost SC2. So again, Hollow Ghost SC2, if you are listening to this, you have won the $5 as a random participant. Make sure to join the Macherino page for Master Swan Open 80. If you're not sure where it is, ask in the chat or ask on the Discord and we will make sure to send you the link. And if you join as one of the participants, then you will be able to get your payout of $5 USD. As we can see, CureWaffles was a runner-up. Again, the runner-ups don't really mean anything. It's more like a fun way to show that, like, you were this close to get to the raffle, but we only have one winner in the raffle. And with that out of the way, I will take a quick 2-minute break, and after that, we will be back with the finals. See you then. Welcome to the finals of Master Swan Open number 80. We are starting this best of 5 on Oceanborn LE. As in the top left corner we have our blue Protoss player representing Team Void and Poland. It's Kacpeross. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map we have our red Terran player, also representing Poland. It is CureWaffles. Now we have a PvP, and by that I mean Polish versus Polish. Which is only right, considering that I'm also Polish. I guess it's the Polish tournament now. And let's see how it goes. So far we have just some scouting workers, checking out what's what. No aggressive openers from other side, no cannon rushes or the likes. We do have a bit of a cheeky engineering bay from CureWaffles, so that natural expansion won't be coming from Kacpeross anytime soon. Well, it looks like, yes, Kacpeross will be getting one of the SCVs. The other one did get a bit down, but it does take down the probe and will not be denied at the same time. Oh, actually, Kacpeross putting a lot of workers on this, making sure that this engineering bay goes down, but it's almost all the way completed. With that, some of the build of Kacpeross will be delayed. He eventually deals with that engineering bay. At the same time, CureWaffles has the time to go for his expansion. He goes for expansion on the high ground. A little bit afraid of what the aggressiveness of Kacpeross may bring, but there is nothing to be worried about. The Reaper goes for a quick little scout. That was not quite able to deny it. Looks like Kacpeross going for a Twilight Council first in a PvT matchup. Well, the wall is not actually up in time, and this Adept will be able to get into the base of CureWaffles, being able to scout what is being built, as well as maybe deny this work, at least delay the building. That's nice little bit of information for Kacpeross there, as he is currently going for Bleed. Soon we will be going for some Stalkers to maybe sneak into the bases of the Terran, maybe... we don't have a Robo yet, or Stargate, so I guess we won't have the high ground vision to quite get into the bases. But it's definitely something that can be used in the future. Also getting more gateways, so aggression is coming shortly from Kacpeross. We will be on a total of 4, and with the blink finishing soon, we'll definitely be seeing a lot of Stalkers coming the other way. Meanwhile, on the side of CureWaffles, we have some mech units, but we're not going full mech like before. Just some Cyclones, more for safety than anything else. We are also getting a Liberator. We have a single Liberator, which will now be scouted by Kacpeross. He scouts the entire army, so he knows exactly what is coming. He's trying to prepare his Stalkers, but there is one shield battery. He's trying to get some sentries as well. I don't know if that's enough, honestly. This is a solid army from the Terran. Well, the Liberator getting really low. The blink definitely helps. There is some force ways to split the army, but the sentries are going down. The shield batteries will definitely help in this defense though. And with that, Terran is forced to move back. The Adepts were actually able to get into the base, or the single Adept, and it is getting some damage done, but now with the Raven it will be fended off. We're just moving on to the next part. We have CureWaffles preparing his bio units. He's getting for 3 arcs so far, getting his upgrade ready. At the same time, on the side of the Protoss, we have Charge on the way. We have the first Immortals being out, as well as the Robo Bay. So I assume the Colossus will be coming soon. A nice little spotter pylon right in the middle of the map. Oh, we have this observer parking right on top of the natural base, getting some nice vision for Kacpeross. As well as a Phoenix to scout everything that's going on. Now this observer can even reach the army itself, so definitely really good piece of information there for the Protoss. Oh, he may be able to get some of these workers. Just barely, but he is getting scanned right in time. Nice snipe of it on that Cyclone. Kacpeross has recognized that it's a bit away from the rest of the group. Kacpeross is keeping CureWaffles on his side of the map, but his Terran army is getting strong. The stock is running straight into the Marines, and the Bio army definitely does hurt. With all that steam going on, the gateway units can't really do much. They try to snipe the Raven, but they're not able to put it down. We have the first Colossus joining the army. That will definitely be very helpful against all of these Marines. They do have combat shield, but they're still quite squishy. The Raven actually flies straight in. He gets the Matrix off on the Colossus, which is great, but it does go down. Now this army has to move back, it has to buy time, as the Marines are taking any damage they can. But now the Colossus is back in shape, it's back into action. It will be doing a lot of damage, but it does go down, it gets focused by the Terran. And now it's just the gateway army. The second Colossus does come down just in time. The tank is being dealt with. There's only Bio left over, and it tries to find a place to land. Finds a nice little nook here. But the Colossus is moving closer. Kacpeross tried to chase these Medivacs, but not quite able to reach them with the Stalkers. And in the end, CureWaffles is able to evacuate some of his forces, but not a lot of them. It looks like we have a bit of a rally to the other side of the map. Definitely not ideal there for CureWaffles, as he will be losing a lot of forces, unfortunately. As again, this observer getting so much information for Kacpeross, just parking right on top of the army. And I don't think CureWaffles has quite spotted it yet. Oh, he's also using the food. Now the observer is being dealt with. Now we have 3 Colossi. We have Storm on the way. And that's a lot of AoE damage that Kacpeross definitely needs to deal with the Terran army. Go home, Marauder, you lost. Scouting Marine running straight into this core base of Kacpeross. And another observer is keeping an eye on CureWaffles' army. And now it's time for the Protoss to attack. So hello, weird little thingy. Very distracting. Now we have a lot of Medivacs, we have a lot of Vikings, an entire squadron of Vikings. We also have this Trapper. The observer is once again being dealt with. And the Protoss is looking for the right angle to engage, and it looks like they found that the storms are going down, but the Vikings are now approaching. The same time, there is a drop in the natural base of CureWaffles. Once again, the Protoss army engages. The disruptor balls do connect with the ghost, but the first Colossus does go down, and the Viking army keeps chasing. There's not that much that shoots up. And now the Colossus are completely cleaned out. Only a few Stalkers in this army, surprisingly. Not quite enough to deal with this Air Force. But at the same time, CureWaffle is taking losses. A lot of the SCVs are going down to these Zealot Groundbys, so he has to push this attack. Disruptors are getting ready for some nice shots on this Bio army. Only a few more others go down. It's not quite enough, as the base is now in danger. Some of the disruptors are going down. Once again, they're getting some of the units of the Terran army. Not a lot of them, and this army is mostly like half of it is High Templars, so they're not great fighting units on their own. So they're trying to hold the front, but they're not quite enough. And the Terran army keeps going forward. Some EMPs are going on the army as well. The disruptor shots are not quite enough. More EMPs. The shields are completely down. That's a really nice disruptor ball, but it does not come through. The disruptor is being sniped. And now the Terran army is just marching forward. Another disruptor shot does take a good chunk of the army. Honestly, I think he should just land the Vikings at this point because he has so much firepower in the air. But the Bio army itself is doing a lot of damage. Now the DGs are joining in for the defense. The scan is finally dropped down. The DGs are being dealt with. But there are more Novas coming down. At the same time, Kacpeross is dropping all over the bases of CureWaffle. A lot of the workers are going down or have to be evacuated. And even though that is eventually being dealt with, that still does a lot of damage to CureWaffle. The War Priest is finally taken down, so there will be no more Zealots coming in the near future. Just this Priest running by. Scuttles away. We still don't have more Colossi, it's just the Disruptors, and another round of Bio armies coming in together with the Vikings. Protoss army is able to find a nice angle, good storms on the army as well. This army is very damaged. All the Bio is hurt. The medivacs are trying to help, but if they're constantly running, they cannot stop to heal. Is being denied in the middle of the map. He's definitely hiding there in the bushes. Ooh, this could have been some nice disruptor shots, but I think the Archon kinda gave it away. CureWaffles did spot it just in time. Vikings are only really there for the vision, and they are falling down to the Archons. Doing any damage to the Protoss army. The MPs are going down, but they're mostly not hitting the Archons. Protoss army just regenerating a bit of shields, regenerating some energy. Once again going forward towards the Bio army. Some of it runs straight in, some of it goes falling down to the Novas. big drum drop is going back home. The disruptors are going back to defend. Not sure if they're quite able to do it, but I guess we'll have to see. Ooh, unfortunately they run straight into the army and all of them will be going down without shooting a single Nova. Some of the army was also caught in the middle of the map, while most of it, well, I believe, was recalled. Now the Protoss army does not look all that strong. We have a lot of Novas though, so if CureWaffles does not micro this correctly, he can lose a lot. So those are some nice juicy Novas in the middle of the army, but now the disruptors are just marching forward and they are being taken down one by one. Some of them counter the back, but the disruption shots are being dodged and the Protoss army is destroyed. Disruptors are being chased down. And barely any of them are still left. We have mostly Gateway army now. The base is falling down. The Zealots are trying to help. But this Marauder army is doing a lot of damage. All these probes going straight into their depths. At the same time, more run-bys on the side of CureWaffles. Kacpeross never stopping to send the Zealots, never stopping to sneak in some DPs here and there. And you know, they're still doing damage. Still 18 SCVs once again fell down. DT getting some nice scouting information. Or also, you know, taking down a few of the units. Like this bio army is really strong. As long as CureWaffles dodges all the Novas, he should be able to have enough firepower to defeat this Protoss army. Dodging the Novas is not always so easy. Another big drum drop in the bases of Kacpeross. The entire army of the Terran is loaded into this medivacs and dropped between the two bases. Some of the army is being recalled to the main base. And it deals with the Terran attack. More Zealots are being warped across the map. But the bases of Kacpeross are dying. The Terran found the timing. The bio army is moving in. Kacpeross has to gather whatever forces he has if he wants to fend this off. There's more Novas connecting with some of the units, but not all of them, and now the disruptors are starting to fall. They don't quite have the power. Once the disruptors announce beautiful EMPs falling on the entire army as well. And the Nexus is killed. That was not a cancel. Another drone drop in the main base. The army is not able to get there in time, and the entire infrastructure of the Protoss will be going down. Or at least will be empowered. That said though, a lot of the Terran army has fallen as well, and they now have to move out. The medivacs are starting to get sniped as they are just waiting here. Protoss army has rebuilt quite a lot of the force. There's still some disruptors on the map. This looks like a cannon rush. I know this is probably just a warping point or more like, you know, a setup for a base, but it's fine. Meanwhile, more EMPs are going down on the Protoss army. As Kacpeross wants to try to defend his position, and I don't know if he can. He's going really far into Terran territory. These Raptors are zoning out the Terran army, but we see how much damage Kacpeross can do here before the Terrans reach it. Kacpeross trying to get straight into the main base. Do as much damage as he can. There's still so much bio left over. And the Novas do not connect. They zone out the army, which is definitely nice, but it's only a matter of time before this bio can reach the Protoss. Ooh, but those are some nice Novas. Ooh, that was a great Nova. CureWaffles thought he can snipe the Disruptor, but in the end he didn't, and almost entire army of his did go down. But even with that, GG has to be called. CureWaffles will be taking game number 1. So yeah, nicely played there from both of our players. It's the first map is going to the Terra. And we are now getting ready for map number 2. Welcome to game number 2 of our best of 5 finals of today's tournament. As in the bottom left corner of Alcyone, I don't know. The Al. It is our blue Protoss player representing Team Void and Poland. It is Kacpeross. And on the other side of the map, we have our red Terran playing, also representing Poland. It is CureWaffles. Ooh, as this time, CureWaffles going for something cheeky. We have the single racks being proxied on the west of the map. Kacpeross does not know about this yet, although he did send a probe across the map. I don't think he has seen yet. Yeah, he went to see the base. So I guess he's checking if the barracks are anywhere around, and he did send a probe exactly where the location is, so he found the proxy. So this part is successful. And we see how much CureWaffles will commit. He is making that one repair, but that may be all that he goes for. At the same time, he is preparing the transition at home. He is getting the factory. Just, you know, just a scouting reaper. Some pro players do that where they build racks across the map just to make that single reaper, you know, so it can get to the other base quicker and they just progress with the game as usual. But we do see that there is a second reaper on the way as well. I mean, this one is already getting quite a lot of damage. 4 props already done. For a single reaper, it's a quite good score. And if that's how much a single reaper can do, what can do too. It looks like this one won't be quite as successful as it is being chased by a ghost. And by ghost I mean that. So that will be it for the time being. The barracks is slowly coming back home. As we give a quick shout out to Daryl for subscribing for 29 months in a row. Quack. Thank you, Daryl, for subscribing. Also, thank you for those who don't know, if you are one of the first Quacker enthusiasts. Daryl is the person who has coded the widget that you can see under our stream, which automatically counts how many first Quackers everybody redeemed. So if you are into the rankings, thank Daryl for making that little extension for Twitch. As we have our Terran CureWaffles sending two Cyclones across the map. Something that Kacpeross is definitely not ready for. He has these 2 Stalkers and an Adept, but I don't think that's a big enough army to fight 2 Cyclones if guided properly. Especially since he doesn't seem to expect it at all. They are coming from an angle from the main base, while Kacpeross is ready for a frontal attack. We're boosting straight into the mineral line. The probes are immediately starting to fall forward down. The rest has to evacuate. The first Stalker warping even going down, and the Medivac just barely escapes as well. Really good control there from CureWaffle, and nice bit of damage. Kacpeross, meanwhile, going for the charge. So the War Prince is already in production, so once again we will be seeing those Zealot tramways at every chance possible. We'll see if he will have the chance, because I mean, CureWaffle has a solid army. He already has a tank out, he has those Cyclones. There's some bio army, not a lot of it, but it's coming. That's when Kacpeross decides to move across the map. See if he can deal some damage with these adepts, or at the very least, you know, keep CureWaffle on his side of the map. But he sees the tank and he knows that's probably not a good idea. At the same time, the Cyclones of CureWaffle are once again moving out in the Medivac. But at the same time, we have another job getting prepared, this time from a Protoss. The Stalkers on the front are really a distraction. They're just making sure that CureWaffle pays attention to the front of his natural, while at the same time the War Priest will have a straight path into the main. But before that happens, all these probes are in danger. The shield battery definitely helps a lot, as none of them has fallen down. But they had to be pulled off the mineral line. and once again, just barely, the Medivac escapes. Stalkers are being chased down by the entire army of CureWaffles. Even the Cyclones are trying to join in. Maybe not the best idea with that Medivac, but at the same time the Zealots are now moving in. Vikings are now chasing away that Warbeams. It will still try to get some Zealots into the main. And 2 Zealots will go in, but that is it for this time. Oh, actually the Zealot is being left alone with all of these SCVs, so a lot of them will be going down before the Zealot is taken down. 6 in total. CureWaffles moving out, but they will join the entire army of Protoss here. It's mostly Gateway army, but we do have 2 Immortals as well. Well, it's no match for all of this bio. The Immortals may be nice, maybe even bust a tank, but tanks are well protected. The Warpriest at the same time tries to provide a distraction, tries to get some Zealot in, but the main army is taking a lot of damage. Tanks are definitely putting a lot of hurt on this Protoss army. The shield batteries definitely help, but not with all of this firepower, not with this DPS coming from the bio army. You know, the shield batteries can only help you so long. They also run out of energy. And then these units will be all on their own. We have our first Colossus on the way. Oh, sorry, second Colossus. The first one is already with the army. It will definitely help, but there are a lot of tanks here and a lot of Marauders, and there's not much to support this Colossus, really. Like, some probes will be going down, but I mean, that's really good. The Terran army is marching forward. The Colossus is pretty much alone, and it does get sniped. GG is called. CureWaffles is now up 2-0. GG, very strong play then for CureWaffles. Kacpeross tried, you know, he did what he really excels at, which is he did like try to pull him apart with the Zealot run-bys, but CureWaffles didn't fall for that. He actually did manage to get some to you know, just get the title. Update that. True. Let me fix that. Thank you, chat. The title has not now been fixed. As one of our players has asked for a little bit of break. Which is definitely very understandable. We have 2 really nice games from both of our players. And, you know, the next game may decide this series. CureWaffles is currently on match point. He only needs 3 wins, which means he only needs 1 more. We are waiting for our next map to be revealed. And then we're going to Golden Aura. And welcome to game number 3 of our best of 5 series. In the bottom right corner we have our blue Protoss representing Team Void and Poland. It is Kacpeross. And on the other side of the map, currently on match point, we have our red Terran player, also from Poland. It is CureWaffles. Kacpeross going for some early scout, just to make sure nothing out of ordinary is going on the side of CureWaffles. He has proxied him before. But we see that nothing wrong is going on. Just the regular. The SCV may be going down, but it will not stop the production of these racks. Even 2 SCVs coming down to help out their friend. Looks like we will have a bit of a more standard game. No, Reaper from one side, Nexus Cybercore from the other side. Wall on the run, all the usual. The ram are not quick. Look, it's late. It's probably still trying to harass the workers, but the Reaper will be able to deal with it. We once again have the Twilight Council on the way, I assume. We will be going for Blink from the side of Kacpeross. Well, we have 2 racks on the side of CureWaffles. Bit of a 1-1, I assume. Maybe something a bit more aggressive. Already an eBay on the way, and we have a third racks as well, so we are definitely going for aggression this time. Adam is moving across the map. We will see it will be able to scout what is going on. It does proof with the Reaper on the way. The Marines are prepared, but we'll see if maybe the Adept can sneak in. Shade is not quite ready. Will be getting in, but nope, the wall is up in time and Kacpeross does not get the information. Does not know that there are in fact 3 Raxes, all set and ready. Together with the +1 as well. attempt at the scout, but still the wall is so. Oh, actually, the Shade gets in and he sees the army, he sees the second racks. I don't think he saw anything more, but he knows that something is going on. There's a lot of army there from the Terran. Kacpeross is putting down more gateways of his own. He will have a 4 in total. He's getting his shield batteries as well prepared. He's not warping the units quite yet. The Reaper is being dealt with. An Immortal is coming out, which I guess will help with the Marauders a bit. But just a bit. Combat Shield is on the way, as is Steam as well. Kacpeross trying to intercept that attack, but he actually misses the army completely and goes straight for the natural. But now that he sees that nothing is here, he recalls to base immediately. He knows that a strong push is coming from the Terran. The third base is very ambitious, but CureWaffles decides to focus on the front. Decent force speed, stop the Terran for now, but the third Nexus is forced to be cancelled. First Colossus is coming out now. That will definitely help if whatever Terran is out. As a reminder, we're only now just making Medivacs, so there's no support for this army yet. The Terran has sacrificed that support for the bio in favor of getting more army quickly. He has a lot of Marauders, but he didn't really do a lot across the map. The Protoss was able to eventually take that third base. It was delayed, it was cancelled, but they were able to take that base eventually. We have a double drop coming from the Terran. It may be spotted by the watchtower, just barely. Just barely. The Medivacs are not quite able to slip by, and the entire Protoss army is there to respond. The blink in, and one of the Medivacs just barely goes down. It was a really nice clean snipe from Kacpeross. So definitely great minimap awareness. Working on Storm. Storm will definitely be helpful against this bio army, although a lot of it is Marauders, but still. Always helpful to have more AoE. It's also good because while Kacpeross may be focusing on Colossus, like there are already Vikings coming out, so those Colossi would be in danger. So it's definitely better to have a variety of options, because if one of them gets taken down, he still has the other. talking about weird sounds. There's another one. Where is it? Hunt down the weird sound. Is it this? I can hear it. Oh well. Scouting Marine checks on the army of Kacpeross. Scan confirms what is going on. We have 2 Colossi in this army. We have a few Immortals, a few Sentries. The High Templars are full energy as well. The Dark Shine is coming down. Kacpeross feels confident enough to move out. Oh, these High Templars are very much in the back though. Has to be careful not to accidentally lose them. At the same time, Kacpeross doing what he knows best. He's sending the Dwarves across the map. I assume he will be warping into Zealots soon. Looks like the Dwarves might have been spotted and the army will try to respond to the threat. Unfortunately, the Warpies goes down to the turrets. It's not quite able to escape. Kacpeross misses a bit of a window of distraction that he could have used there, but at the same time, this is a very scary position to move into. Nonetheless, he will try. Let's try. He has this Guardian Shield. The EMP lands right in the middle, though all of the High Templars are out of energy. There will be no storms anytime soon. The Vikings are moving in as well. Another EMP does land. And the Protoss army has to move back. At the same time, we have a whole warping of TTs dealing with that base at the top. Again, Protoss will try to attack it again. CureWaffles has a lot of Marauders in this army. This is mostly Marauder army. But still, it's just enough that he has a few AMPs and half of the army of Kacpeross suddenly is useless. He has so many High Templars with all these storms. He's not able to use them, it's just dead supply. We are getting a few storms off, very nice storms on the entire army, but a lot of the army does survive. Even though it's in the red, it's able to focus the entire army of Kacpeross. The High Templars are forced to morph into the Archons, but all of the Colossi are out. At the same time, another warping into the main base of CureWaffles. 17 probes go down, but so does the warping. It's definitely costly. Another warping getting prepared for another run by. There is a planetary though, so it won't be nearly as effective as it used to be. In the production. 2 are currently in with the army, and we'll see if that's enough to fend off this entire Terran force. There are a lot of ghosts, a lot of EMPs that can fall down on this army. That's it. 1 EMP falls. still, it didn't hit the High Templars. We have some storms. One of them is just zoning the army. Not ideal. The Vikings are actually sneaking by through the back and they're getting the Colossi after Colossi. The main Terran army is moving forward as well. Only one Colossus left. All of them are now down. The High Templars are still standing, but they don't have a lot of energy anymore. Kacpeross uses the distraction to take the gold base at the bottom. And he should be able to keep it, as it doesn't look like CureWaffles quite ventures around the map to, you know, count down potential warping locations or anything like that. But every time they engage in battle, Kacpeross loses all of the Colossi, and that's a costly trade. Costly trade that can definitely snowball us. You know, it takes time to rebuild all of this, and CureWaffles is ready. He has his Vikings, he has the entire army, and he's just marching forward. Nice EMP landing on most of the army. Still a few High Templars have the energy and they can get some nice storm going. But it's a very awkward angle. Shield batteries are definitely helping. Nice storm there on the ghost, but not quite enough to deal with them. CureWaffles has scanned the gold base. He now knows that it exists. Kacpeross will try his best to defend this bottom side of the map. Positions his army. He tries to go for the offensive. We'll see if he's able to do that. There's still a lot of ghosts. At the same time, he's running these DTs into the base at the top, but again, the planetary is stopping the attack. Nice little cancel there. Definitely a small win for Kacpeross. Also scouting the Medivac as they fly right by the warping point. Another time attack, very nice storm on most of the army. Using the distraction, as at the same time CureWaffles is dropping on the new base. That was a kill, not a cancel on the Nexus. Sounding storm. Right, the drop is still going. It's currently at one of the, I think that's a third base or maybe a fourth of Kacpeross. Frontal base is under attack, but there is enough warpings to defend it. But at the same time, the main army is crashed. Storms are blanketing the bio army, and a lot of it will be falling down. Once again, making the Nexus on the east, but now the gold base is in danger. CureWaffles know about its existence, and the army of the Protoss is not here in time, despite the Xel'Naga vision. It takes a while to rotate here, but it looks like the armies will clash nonetheless. The ghosts are on the front. The storms are zoning out the army. That's not enough. The EMPs are landing on a lot of the front. Oh, actually Kacpeross destroying the gate. Not sure if it was fully intentional, but it definitely does help with the pathing. All the ghosts are in one place. If he could land one juicy storm on all of those ghosts, that would be beautiful. He's managed to land some feedbacks and some storms, but not that with all the ghosts. Now that was a juicy storm there. But more reinforcements from the Terran are coming. The Protoss has to fight up around, which is not ideal. The shields are not fully regenerated yet, despite the shield batteries being around, but there are not a lot of Vikings either. But now most of the High Templars are out of energy, out of shields. The fight is becoming truly rough. At the same time, once again, the Zealots have found a way into the bases. They skipped over the planetary and they are getting damage done. Our armies are completely passing each other. Protoss sneaking around, trying to get into the base. And we'll see if CureWaffles actually turns around because, I mean, Protoss can always recall, but Terran not really. The base of the Terran is going down, but so is the Nexus of the Protoss. Are we going for a bit of a base trade here? The Natura of CureWaffles is down now. And yeah, it looks like our players just want to base race here. The Terran is going forward, taking Nexus after Nexus, and Kacpeross is taking the Terran bases as well. The Disruptors try to fight, but they're not able to get any connections. We just see who gets there first. Novas on the Ghost, definitely very nice, but there's still army left over. Look how many gateways are in this base. The game number 3 will be decided by a base race, it seems like. The workers are being pulled. The Terran is evacuated. The Terran has given up on the bases. So what is asking for resources lost? They are quite even. Protoss has lost a bit more gas, but the difference is not really all that huge. Oh, the worker action, the Zealots are helping out with the defense, and looks like all of the SCVs actually will be falling down. Not sure if that was the best move by CureWaffles. Yeah, as he sees himself that that's probably not gonna win him the game, and Kacpeross brings back. He gets a point on the board. He's not tying up the series yet, but he definitely can do it. He will not go down 3-0. We are now loading into game number 4 of this series. As a reminder, this is a best of 5. So the first person to 3 wins will be taking the finals of Master Swan Open number 80. And in the bottom left corner we have the first of our players, the blue Protoss player representing Team Void and Poland. It is Kacpeross. And on the other side of the map We have our red Terran player also representing Poland and still on match point. It is CureWaffles. Seems like, as usual, we are starting from some work and harassment. Across the map, Kacpeross sending out his probe to see if he can get anything done. This as it is. And neither of our players decides to go for anything too aggressive. It's getting their natural bases set up. As once again Kacpeross going for the Twilight Council as his tech of choice. Assume once again we're gonna be going for the blink. And we see what CureWaffles goes for because CureWaffles is the one who does vary his playstyle quite a bit. So once again we're going for the double racks. So similarly to the previous game. Double racks with an engineering bay. Once again, CureWaffles will be trying to get some damage done early on in the game, massing up some forces. Oh, is that not a wall? Oh, that, StarCraft walls sometimes. Looks like there will be no scouting done by the adepts. The natural is now being taken by the Terran. And the trade does confirm it. Oh, maybe even able to get the LCV, but just barely does not get the single LCV. Adept is cleaned up. As we are going for Sim and those Marauders. To the side of the map, we do have Blink indeed. And we have to see if Kacpeross recognizes what is going on, because similarly to previous games, there will be a lot of bio coming out fast. They will have Stalkers for defense, they do have Blink. And they will have some of the shield battles as well. We will see if it's enough. Like last time it did do quite a lot of damage, but it was held at the end. We have the first observer coming from Kacpeross. We'll get a nice eye on the army coming up. Robobay is already down as well, so the Colossus will definitely be able to come out fast. Probe is checking on the army. Observer confirms what is going on. CureWaffles still waiting on his upgrades. The steam is about to finish. +1 is soon after. But it doesn't look like he is moving just now. He's waiting for the medivac. But at the same time, Kacpeross is here with his sockets. It's a nice summer weapon. The observer is being dealt with. The bunker is full at the front, so the stalkers can't do anything here. Two of them actually fall down in that small push. There's so many marauders here, and the stalkers cannot really contest with that. And now CureWaffles is ready to move out. The medivacs are about to be done, so that army will have support soon as well. Kacpeross used the time to take a third base, but was that really the best decision? The first Colossus is out, we have an Immortal as well, and a Sentry. We will see how it goes though. The Colossus is being focused down and falls down immediately. The Medivac is here to support the units. The shield battery will help the Protoss in defense. Pickup saves the Terran army and it will be ready to drop it in the main base. At the same time, some reinforcements are coming from the front to meet, so there will be a distraction ready. The main is now under attack. The SCVs, the probes are completely defenseless. The entire army is on the front. And the production is in danger. Fortunately, not an Artosis pylon, so only some of it is now unpowered. But it's the important one. It's the Colossi not coming out. No! Kacpeross, stay with us! Ah! Oh, it looks like something must have happened to the connection of Kacpeross as he is slowly timing out. It's very unfortunate, but we do have the technology. We will be resuming this from replay as soon as Kacpeross is back. Unfortunately, Kacpeross this time out. Something happened with the connection, and we will be resuming as soon as Kacpeross is back. It looks like he is still offline, so having some technical difficulties, so we'll take this chance to take a short break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back soon.